Now let's talk about fats. The guidelines recommends replacing saturated fats and trans fats with monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats. When it comes to trans fats, I completely agree. Trans fats are one of the worst fats for cardiovascular health. They are strongly linked to heart disease, they worsen lipid profiles, they increase inflammation, they damage endothelial function. They should be avoided as much as possible. But saturated fats are more complicated. Saturated fats are not one entity. And this is where I disagree with the oversimplified message that says replace saturated fats. Because replace it with what? The saturated fats in ultra-processed foods is not the same as the saturated fats in organic grass-fed dairy, for example. The fat in processed meat is not the same as the fat in fermented yogurt, butter, or high-quality cheese. And medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, found in coconut oil are also saturated fats, but they behave differently from many long-chain saturated fats. MCTs are absorbed differently, transported differently, and rapidly used by the liver for energy and ketone production. In fact, a recent study published in the European Heart Journal found that MCT intake increased ketone body availability and improved cardiac output and cardiac function, likely through increased ketone availability and lower vascular resistance, without worsening blood pH, lipids, or cholesterol. So again, if saturated fats behave differently inside the body, why are we treating saturated fats as one entity? And even inside LDL biology, the story is more nuanced. Some research shows that higher saturated fat intake may actually increase larger, more buoyant LDL particle while reducing or not increasing the small dense LDL particles that are more strongly associated with insulin resistance and cardiovascular risk. So again, if LDL is not one entity, why are we treating saturated fat as one entity? We also have studies that shows that dairy fat biomarkers are not clearly associated with higher cardiovascular risk, and in some analysis they were actually linked to lower cardiovascular risk. And a major meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that there is no significant evidence that dietary saturated fat by itself was associated with increased risk of coronary heart disease or cardiovascular disease. Now, does this mean everyone should eat unlimited butter, coconut oil, MCT oil, or saturated fat? Actually, no, absolutely not. Those matters. Food quality matters, metabolic context matters, and what you eat saturated fat with or combine with matters. Saturated fats consumed with sugar, refined carbohydrates, fries, processed bread, and ultra-processed food is very different from saturated fats consumed in a whole food, low-inflammatory diet. So the question should not be, is saturated fat good or bad? The better question is, what type of saturated fat, from what food sources, in what amount, in what metabolic environment, and combined with what? This is the nuance I believe is missing. Now we're replacing fats with monounsaturated fats. This is something I strongly agree with. Extra virgin olive oil is one of the best examples. It is rich in monounsaturated fat and polyphenols. And Mediterranean-style dietary patterns are repeatedly associated with better cardiovascular outcomes. So yes, monounsaturated fats deserve a central role in cardiovascular nutrition. But when the guideline says polyunsaturated fats, again, we need more precision. PUFAs or polyunsaturated fatty acids are not one entity either. Omega-3 fatty acids from fish, EPA and DHA are very different from excessive omega-6 linoleic acid coming from seed oils and ultra-processed foods. Omega-3s can help reduce triglycerides, support endothelial function, improve inflammatory balance, and in the right context, they may support cardiovascular health. But excessive omega-6 intake, especially from industrial seed oils and repeatedly heated oils, may create a different biological environment. It may increase susceptibility to oxidation. It may disturb the omega-6 to omega-3 balance. And in susceptible patients, it may contribute to more inflammatory metabolic state. So again, the message should not be PUFAs are healthy. The better message is which PUFAs, omega-3 or omega-6, from fish, walnuts, and whole foods, or from refined seed oils, fried foods, and ultra-processed snacks. Because replacing saturated fats with extra virgin olive oil, fish, nuts, and whole food fats is one thing, but replacing saturated fats with oxidized industrial omega-6 rich oils is something completely different. Thank you for watching. Before you go, please consider subscribing, as 75% of our total watch time hours comes from non-subscribers. Your support helps us reach more people and helps us creating more content just like this. And if you'd like to learn more about this topic, please watch the full video right over here.